So my name is Felipe. I'm a partner at JusBrasil. We are a legal startup, legal tech company here in Brazil, legal tech startup here in Brazil. I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit on how just a little bit on our history and how we've become the #1 legal website in the world with over 27 million unique visitors per month. With the mission of connecting people to justice. So this is the main mission of JusBrasil. I'm just gonna share my screen right now. This is our homepage. This is JusBrasil, and we started with a very ambitious mission of bringing to the public a lot of the information, a lot of the legal information in the public system in Brazil that, despite being public, they were not easily accessible. So a lot of the information about the lawsuits, information on courts, information about laws, those are information that are public, but they are not necessarily accessible or neither understandable for the common citizen. One of the first steps that we made was to go into the public databases and capturing information, relevant information, and bringing them to our website. The reason why we needed to do that is because if you think Brazil is a very complicated country with different courts. So every different subject has a different court, and different states have different courts. And if you're looking for information about your lawsuit, you can find it in several websites, several different systems, and there is not a consolidated database. And that kind of information is not easily accessible through the search engines like Google and etc. So we thought at the beginning that it was going to be very useful for the legal professional if we would gather all this information and publish them on our website that would be indexed by Google and easily searchable in the search engines like Google. So what we did is we developed crawlers to go into the websites of the courts and the public databases, get all this information and bring to our website. And we would make all this information accessible for the population, accessible for the legal professional, free. So we would not charge for information. So all the information on jurisprudences. So if a lawyer is writing a lawsuit, he can look for jurisprudences. He can look for information about his lawsuits on the official gazettes of the courts. So for example, if I look for the official gazettes, we have all the official gazettes in the Brazil legal system here. This is all the courts that publish. There is more than 40, more than 50 different official gazettes, because there's more than 50 courts that your lawsuit might be in. So you can look for information here. So this was the first component that we brought to our website, the public information that was not accessible for the common citizen or the legal professional, easily accessible for the legal professional. And we thought that would be very important and very useful for the legal professional. But suddenly we had like 1 million unique visitors per month after a few years of running our website, which means like 1 million people visiting our website. We had around 1 million lawyers in Brazil. So we thought like, yeah, we have a really good reach. So we're reaching almost every legal professional. But then we had like 6 million, 10 million visitors, unique visitors per month in our website. That meant that not only the legal professionals were here looking for this information, this public information, but also the common citizen was also here looking for information about their lawsuits or looking for jurisprudences that might base their complaints. So the common guy was also here. So here, for example, he could look for information about jurisprudences on divorce, for example, and all these previous decisions of courts about divorce. He could look for that. But as you can see, like you might not understand because it's in Portuguese, but not only this is not in Portuguese, this is in legalese. This is written in legalese, and it's difficult for the common citizen to understand this kind of information that we bring from the legal databases. And we knew that we had the citizen here and they were trying to make sense out of this information. So what we brought next on our, and we added on our platform, is content-based social network. Just like a Medium, just like the publication part of LinkedIn, we brought a system where legal professionals could write articles. Let me just go back to JusBrasil, and you have articles and news on the legal system in Brazil. So we have built a community of legal professionals working towards one mission of explaining citizens their rights. So we have several. This guy, for example, is a lawyer, and he's writing an article about insurance plan and what's your rights about on your insurance plans. And this is another one explaining fake news and when you can sue someone for fake news, and also stories about lawyers. And so all these are publications or articles that lawyers publish to explain people their rights. So this one is an article that this guy Gustavo here wrote, and it explains people their rights on if I don't pay something, what are my rights. And this is one of the components of our website. And on this article, people start to people can reach Gustavo, who wrote the article, to talk with him, to clarify some questions that they might have, or they can include comments here and talk about the article and comment on the decision and what has been written here. This is the social network that we brought to the website. And we have a community of people, just like Wikipedia. We don't pay these people. We have over 4,000 people per month publishing articles here, explaining people their rights. So what we have done is we've built this huge content generating machine. So either content that we bring from the official sources, the official databases, like jurisprudences, the official gazettes, or content that is generated by the community of people, of the lawyers, of the legal professionals that work towards explaining people their rights. So all this here are different articles. And this machine of generating content has become really powerful at a point that everything that I look online on Google about like a right that I might have, or if I have a question on, for example, I'm gonna write here on Google, I want to get a divorce. There's some ads, and after the ads, you have a link to JusBrasil here, which is an article from Mariana Costa that explains people's rights. And sometimes, depending on what you write here, you can find like, so this is a legal issue that you might have in Brazil, that is, you've been hired to perform something and now you're performing another thing as well. So you can sue your employer because of that. And if you look for that, you have like 1, 2, 3 websites that are from JusBrasil. So these are different articles, and that's how we serve people, and that's how people get to our website. So any legal question that you might have, and you write here on Google, you can find a different article here in JusBrasil about that. So this is like, I want to get a divorce, what should I do? So one of the things that we do with the community of people that writes articles in JusBrasil is we have a small team training those people to write articles that are in plain Portuguese. So instead of writing things like the fundamentals of divorce, we want people to write, I want to get a divorce, what should I do? In plain Portuguese, not in legalese, not in complicated language. So that's how we engage people. So what came later, because we realized that people, now the common citizen was here, reading that and trying to make sense, like understanding their rights, and they would use the comment sessions to talk with people and to talk with Mariana, trying to get some advice with Mariana about their divorce. So what we've built next is a way of people contacting lawyers. So this one here is a robot. So this one is a chatbot that we've built, asking people if they need legal help. So if you need legal help, you can click on our chatbot, Sophia, and Sophia start asking you about your legal problem. So yes, I do need a lawyer. Okay, let me analyze that for you. What's your name? And if I write my name, she start asking me questions about where do I live. So she can find me a lawyer. So if I live in the city, she's gonna start asking me questions about what my problems are. Is there like a family issue? Is there a labor issue? Did I buy something that I don't want? And like this kind of stuff. So it might be a consumer issue. So I have a problem with my credit card. I want to sue my credit card. And she start asking me questions, qualifying questions about my problems. And what she does is she gets all this information and she puts that in our lawyers directory. So let me close that for you. We also have, that's the third component of our website, is the lawyers directory, which is a lot of lawyers in Brazil are registered here. We have over 800,000 lawyers profiles in our website. And you can find a lawyer by area. So if you have a problem with internet law, or if you have a problem with environmental law, with civil law, with labor law, transit law, you have lawyers for everything here. And what the robot does with my problem is she gets that information and she shares with all these lawyers so that they can read my problem and try to get in contact with me to offer their service and to connect me with justice. So this is the third component. So basically, again, just to summarize, 3 components of our website. We get public information and we make them available and accessible and organized in our website. That's something that is not, it does not look like a pretty big thing, but in Brazil, in a country like Brazil, there is a quantum leap on access to justice. This kind of information would not be available for people, would be very hard to get if we would not do that. So, and sometimes information alone is enough to connect them with justice. The second component is the content-based social network, where legal professionals interact with non-legal professionals to explain them their rights. So they start writing articles and publishing articles to explain people their rights. And people can follow each other and interact with each other through recommendations and likes and follow profiles and etc. And the third component is to actually connect the person with the lawyer. So if you do have a problem, our robot here helps you to understand what is your problem actually, and then connect you with the right lawyer in our platform. So these are the 3 components, and we also use a lot of the users that we have to collaborate in making the website better and developing the right questions that should be asked in every area of the law. So each area of the law has a different set of questions that the robot asks, and we use this community of lawyers to help us classify and qualify the problems of people, and also answer their questions and etc. And so again, going back to our mission is to connect people with justice, and we do this through 3 steps. Step number 1 is information. Sometimes information alone is enough to connect people with justice. We do that through connecting people with lawyers, the solvers of their legal issues. And we do that through equipping lawyers with the tools that they might need to perform their job accurately and efficiently. So these are the 3 steps that we perform to connect people with justice. So just a little bit more on JusBrasil and some marketing stuff here. This is the logo of JusBrasil. It means it's the colors of the Brazilian flag, but it basically means that we connect people to lawyers and knowledge. So these are the 3 colors. This is what they represent. And yeah, I think that's just a brief overview of JusBrasil, and